Center here in Brooklyn, New York, as Premier Boxing Champions presents the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by TGB Promotion, sponsored by MGM Resorts and Brooklyn Boxing. This bout is sanctioned by the WBA, President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza. Judging at ringside, we have Frank Lombardi, Benoit Roussel, and Steve Weisfeld. All right, fight fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA World Title Heavyweight Eliminator. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, it's time for the main event of the evening. First, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with red and white trim, he is fighting out of Åland Islands, Finland. He weighed in at 238 3/4 pounds. His record stands at 29 wins and 3 losses, with 18 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former longtime European heavyweight champion and the current world rank contender known as the Nordic Nightmare, introducing Robert HELENIUS. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with white trim, fighting out of Long Island, raised in Brooklyn, New York, by way of Łomża, Poland. He weighed in at 265 1/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 20 wins, no losses, 15 wins coming by way of knockout. He is universally recognized as one of boxing's top 4 heavyweight world contenders. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the popular and the undefeated Adam Babyface KOWNACKI. And introducing our referee in charge of the action, we have David Fields.
Okay, gentlemen, the schedule about 12 rounds. I've gone over the rules in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Most of all, protection at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Let's take a look at our tail of the tape again for our main event of the evening. One of the keys to this fight, HELENIUS has a 3-inch reach advantage, and he has 3.5 inches on the height. Also has 5 years, his elder of KOWNACKI, so he's gonna try to use that reach to his advantage. KOWNACKI's got the weight on him and the power, so it's gonna be a dangerous game between both HELENIUS and KOWNACKI. HELENIUS obviously wants to use the jab, keep KOWNACKI on the outside to set up that overhand right.
Adam KOWNACKI, undefeated, 20-0, 15 knockouts. Robert HELENIUS, 29-3. KOWNACKI hoping to inch closer to a world title shot. Ray Flores, Miguel Flores, here ringside at Barclays Center here in Brooklyn. A large Polish fan base supporting Adam KOWNACKI. Boy, have they come out by the thousands. A big right hand by KOWNACKI to start off the action here in the first.
With all the talk of the reinvigoration of people's interest in the heavyweight division, back and better than ever over the last couple of years, Adam KOWNACKI has always been overlooked, but not anymore. He wants it to be his time to be the first Polish heavyweight champion in the world. But he's got to get through HELENIUS in order to do so, and he cannot overlook him. Too many times have guys had bigger fights set up.
Couple of right hands by KOWNACKI. And yes, you're right that KOWNACKI cannot overlook Robert HELENIUS, and it doesn't appear that he is in that mindset right now. KOWNACKI stalking HELENIUS, making him fight off his back foot. KOWNACKI has one gear, and that's come right at you.
Exactly. We saw it in his last bout against Chris Arreola, and Arreola took a ton of shots. KOWNACKI throws the most punches per round in the heavyweight division. He clips it by quite a wide margin, averages about 74 punches per round, lands about 26 of them, and that's way more than the typical 45 punches thrown per round by an average heavyweight.
KOWNACKI applying the pressure, looking to go down to the body. I like the variation of where KOWNACKI is placing his punches. He's going to the body of HELENIUS, and he crowds him now. They're close distance. Dave Fields watching the action.
KOWNACKI's all about volume. It's all volume with KOWNACKI. He loves digging into the body. Like you said right earlier in the last fight, heavyweights don't really like to go to the body. KOWNACKI's not one of them.
No, he's not, and he throws a left hook that connected right to the whiskers of HELENIUS. And KOWNACKI closing the distance. HELENIUS trying to do something. Now he ties up. The power starting to get to HELENIUS, along with the pressure of KOWNACKI. I'll say this, KOWNACKI's not going to win a bodybuilder competition, but he does look in better shape. He's getting in better shape, at least aesthetically, compared to what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, you said aesthetically, he looks in better shape, but he's always been in a good shape. It's similar to like Andy Ruiz, where they just don't look like the prototypical heavyweight contender. But when you see them, they throw with volume, they throw with power, and they can go all 12 all night.
Yeah, absolutely, they have big gas tanks. And you're seeing the nose of HELENIUS starting to redden from those right hands. But HELENIUS answers back with the right to the body, and that ends the first. The fans erupt immediately, and talk about an all-Polish matchup. This was back in July of 2017, where Adam KOWNACKI defeated Arthur Spuka.
Right here, that just shows you what KOWNACKI just changes up his shots, goes to the body, and once he senses you're hurt, he already throws with a ton of volume, but when he senses you're hurt, he's going in for the kill, and he throws with that much more veracity.
And that was the biggest win of the career of Adam KOWNACKI up to that point. KOWNACKI has beaten the likes of Gerald Washington, Charles Martin, Chris Arreola.
Right back up the middle. There all day. Breathe. Jabs. I don't want your head off this way on the jab.
And his lead trainer, Keith Trimble.
Good work. Good work.
You see KOWNACKI already has like a little bit of a small cut underneath the right eye.
And on the bridge of the nose, outside of his nose, does KOWNACKI. That probably won't impede him whatsoever. Second round, this one's scheduled for 12. Ray Flores Miguel Flores here. Ringside at Barclays Center, a large Polish fan base that have come out to support their adopted son in Adam KOWNACKI. KOWNACKI moved here with his parents when he was 7 years of age. He wants to follow in the tradition of the fan base and the rich tradition for Polish boxers. KOWNACKI said he looked up to Andrew Galano, Tomasz Otmak, just to name a few. There's a right to the body by KOWNACKI.
KOWNACKI is a talented heavyweight already, but if you want to nitpick at his style, he does leave himself susceptible to taking a lot of shots. We saw that against Chris Arreola, where Arreola, he was able to deliver a lot to Arreola, but Arreola returned the favor. I mean, he was able to connect at a high rate as well, and I think that's one of the things that KOWNACKI has got to get better at, is his defensive game, especially in the heavyweight division.
Well, in the lead up to this fight, Miguel, as KOWNACKI applies the pressure, as HELENIUS trying to give different looks to KOWNACKI. But KOWNACKI said, look, I'm a father now, I'm a husband, and good right hand to the head by HELENIUS.
And I think KOWNACKI got a little bit rocked there.
Oh, there's a big right hand by KOWNACKI. They're swinging away.
KOWNACKI's leaving himself open, and this is exactly what I was just talking about. He leaves himself open at times, and against a guy like HELENIUS who has the power to knock you out, you have to be extremely cautious.
There's a right hand by KOWNACKI. HELENIUS tagged KOWNACKI. The action is intensifying here in the second round, Miguel. There's a right to the body by HELENIUS. HELENIUS also focusing on the body of KOWNACKI.
KOWNACKI has got to be careful. He's landed a lot of shots already on HELENIUS, but HELENIUS has delivered some body blows, landed, connected on the overhand right that seemed to stumble KOWNACKI a bit. We know KOWNACKI has a very good chin, but again, that chin sometimes wavers.
No question about it, especially in the heavyweight division. HELENIUS is having a solid round here in the second. KOWNACKI sticks the jab right to the body of HELENIUS. There's a right hand that connects upstairs for the Polish sensation, but a chopping right hand for HELENIUS as he responds. Look at KOWNACKI go. He is throwing everything to the kitchen sink, but back comes HELENIUS. He may have rocked HELENIUS, but back comes HELENIUS. What a battle here in Brooklyn.
Unbelievable action, Ray. This is a KOWNACKI fight right now. That's the game plan. That's what he wants to do against a guy like HELENIUS. Push him up against the ropes, crowd him, pressure him, deliver a ton of shots to the body, come upstairs, and do not stop. And then that can be overwhelming for a lot of guys.
Robert HELENIUS looks gassed. Man, oh man. I'm tired just watching these guys. Let's take a look at some of the action again.
Here's some of the big shots that we saw in the exchanges between KOWNACKI and HELENIUS. There you see KOWNACKI going to the body, and the left hook right there connected on KOWNACKI, but again, he continues to come forward, and right there, the left, it wasn't clean, it wasn't as technical of a punch as you could throw, but it connected, and it did some damage.
If you aren't entertained by this, then I don't know what to tell you. Robert HELENIUS coming into enemy territory and is giving a heck of an effort. Adam KOWNACKI knows what's on the line for him. He's got to continue to stay out of danger. But KOWNACKI is one of those guys, hey, I'll eat 5 or 6, but I'll give you 4 or 5 right back. Andrew Funfaro, former light heavyweight standout, he's in attendance. He's of Polish descent. What energy and electricity here in Brooklyn.
The first 2 rounds have been so high-paced. I wonder if HELENIUS is used to this type of pace, and can he handle it and sustain it for the next 10 rounds?
Well, there was a consensus that people thought that HELENIUS wouldn't be able to last and go the distance, but we will certainly find out if that is to be the case.
He already looks a little gassed, and it's like I said, it's only been 2 rounds. That just shows you the type of
conditioning that KOWNACKI has.
Exactly, and he can do this for all 12 rounds. We saw he did it against Chris Arioli. He wasn't able to put him away, but was able to do it at a high rate and a high volume.
And a right hand sprays HELENIUS. And a right to the body by KOWNACKI. Hammered away is the Polish heavyweight. KOWNACKI is on the mindset, let me chop this guy down, and then I'll bring him to size. Because HELENIUS has the height advantage over KOWNACKI. And more chance this place is shaking here at Barclays Center as we're just over the halfway mark of the 3rd round.
And right here, this is all KOWNACKI does. Push his opponent up against the ropes, make it a dirty fight, get into the body,
and just go to work.
He's just so good at it, and it's such an unrelenting style. It's ugly.
Well, he suffocates you with this pressure is what he does. It's almost like he cuts off any ability for you to breathe because he's throwing 7 or 8 punches at your head and all over your body.
Yep.
There's a jab to the head, and he comes right away with the body and then answers back with a chopping right hand upstairs. KOWNACKI is all action all the time.
You never get a break, and you can see on HELENIUS, this is starting to become overwhelming.
Big right hand by KOWNACKI as he's peppered away upon HELENIUS, and this crowd erupts, but back comes HELENIUS. He tattooed KOWNACKI with the right hand. But HELENIUS looks right over at his corner like, this guy's not stopping. I can't believe this.
That's one thing, HELENIUS has hit him with a couple of really solid shots, and KOWNACKI continues to just walk through them. And that can be just so demoralizing if you're a fighter when you throw your best and they walk through it and continue to come forward.
And not only just continue to walk forward, but throwing 7 or 8 punches at a time. Round 3 in the books. is Chris Colbert in the house. The super featherweight champion of the world. He's no stranger to fighting here at Barclays Center. There's KOWNACKI's wife, watching intently, watching her husband inside the ring.
Very stressful times if you're the wife of a heavyweight contender right now. But again, KOWNACKI had a little bit of a stumble in that second round, but the volume and the pace is starting to take over on HELENIUS.
Danny Garcia, the outstanding welterweight. We saw him here. I like that code, very similar to that of Joe Namath.
We're here in New York City.
Danny Garcia fought here a couple months ago, defeated Ivan Redkach. Sure we'll see Danny back in action, one of the top 147 pounders in the world, top 10. And KOWNACKI right back to action with Robert HELENIUS. And KOWNACKI continues to pour on the pressure.
And that's what got HELENIUS in trouble against Gerald Washington.
There's a big right hand by KOWNACKI. KOWNACKI went down, but no, that was a slip. Ruled by Dave Fields.
I would love to see that exchange again after this round. I wanted to know if that truly was a slip.
There's a right hand. Down goes KOWNACKI. KOWNACKI is down, and he's in serious trouble.
Continue. Let's go.
Oh my goodness, Ray. That's what I was wondering, if that was truly a slip. I didn't think so.
KOWNACKI's in serious trouble. HELENIUS fighting well. KOWNACKI is hurt. This could be a huge upset for HELENIUS.
KOWNACKI's not all there. He's got to be careful. He's got
KOWNACKI's
to
in deep trouble. He's getting pounded. KOWNACKI, this one is over. And a monumental upset as Robert HELENIUS has shocked the world, and he's defeated Adam KOWNACKI. Oh my goodness.
What did I say, Ray? One of the few weaknesses of KOWNACKI's game. He leaves himself open to the big shots. There's only so much punishment your chin can take before it fails you.
Robert HELENIUS is absolutely elated as he has stunned Adam KOWNACKI. What a win for the Nordic Nightmare. And Adam KOWNACKI will be living this for a long, long time.
Just a tremendous performance from Robert HELENIUS, able to withstand the pressure and time his shot perfectly. And I'm wondering, Ray, when the refs, David Fields, said that was a slip, I wonder if that was actually a knockdown, because KOWNACKI did not seem to be all the way there after that slip.
He came into enemy territory, Miguel, and he found a way to get the victory. Let's go back, if we can, and Adam KOWNACKI's walking right out of the ring. I'm sure he's going to get some medical attention, but boy, oh boy, did Robert HELENIUS go through fire and everything, and KOWNACKI, I think, is going to show he's headed right to the dressing room. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. A huge upset here, but the fans supporting Adam KOWNACKI as he makes his way to the dressing room. What a win for that man. The 36-year-old Robert HELENIUS. He said he was healthy. He said he had all the tools, and bang! In the fourth round, he upset Adam KOWNACKI.
That's the dangerous you play, Ray, when you're looking for the title shot and you take a fight, because you don't want to sit around. In the heavyweight division, nothing is guaranteed.
Robert HELENIUS absolutely elated. You know, we thought the win with Jason Rosario over Julian Williams was the upset of the year. But I think this one supersedes that, because nobody, with the exception of those in the camp of Robert Helenius, gave him any chance to pull off this win.
He was a massive underdog, Ray, a massive underdog. It's certainly probably the upset of the year so far here in March. Just an unbelievable performance from Helenius. Not to mention, everyone just had the picture of Helenius getting knocked out by Gerald Washington in his last time here in the United States.
And that just goes to show you that on any given night, and you pointed it out, Miguel, at the top of the broadcast, and even when they were walking out in the heavyweight division, you cannot get too careless. KOWNACKI did, and he paid a significant price.
And you've got to feel for KOWNACKI. He was just so close to getting a shot at one of the big four, and now this certainly will set him back, losing to Robert Helenius. And now if you're Helenius, a bunch of opportunities now have opened for you.
Well, without question, and you know what? He's battle tested. That's the thing about Robert Helenius. He has been battle tested over the course of his 11+ year career, and tonight he showed his experience. He did not panic, and he shocked the world here at Barclays Center. The Polish fans absolutely stunned.
And Ray, this was a WBA title eliminator, so now Helenius becomes that #1 contender for potentially, maybe, to see the winner of Anthony Joshua and Pulev down the line, maybe later this year.
Well, that will have to sort itself out over the next 4 to 5 months. But again, absolutely stunned. But you know what? Give credit to Robert Helenius. His nose bloodied without a doubt. And Charles Martin looks over at Helenius. I guess they work together, and they are smiling from ear to ear. Man, oh man.
Just an unbelievable performance. Here's the exchange right here where they saw the slip, and right there, it was not a slip. That was a clean right hand that put down KOWNACKI, and you can see him, he's stumbling in that exchange, and then I believe this was followed up because I don't think KOWNACKI was there after that exchange, and here Helenius just put him down with the 1-2.
Yeah, the left hook is what sent him to the canvas, but the right is what started it all. And man, oh man, absolutely. And look at Robert Helenius. He saw his opening, and surgical-like, he went out and closed the show in tremendous fashion.
So really, Ray, he was knocked down twice in that round.
And then here's the finish of the fight, and KOWNACKI just stumbling around. He didn't even have all his faculties together, and then Dave Fields had seen enough, and KOWNACKI shocked.
Nowhere near. And here, again, Helenius, we were talking about KOWNACKI. If he has you hurt, he smells blood in the water, he can put you away. Well, we didn't give enough credit to Helenius. If he was able to get KOWNACKI hurt, he certainly showed that he could put you away.
Robert Helenius, 36 years of age, the second time he's fought here in the United States, but boy, the most satisfying victory here is
We have the time of 1 minute 8 seconds in round number 4. A referee in charge stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout, the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius.